So today we are building the Ash and Pikachu Road to Victory set. It was released last year on Pokemon Day by the Mattel company. It was exclusive to the Mattel Creations website, just a specialty set that sometimes they do for some of the Mega Pokemon sets. It'd be interesting to see what they do this year. Hopefully be another trainer and their Pokemon, like maybe Misty or Brock with one of their starter Pokemon. That would be pretty cool. Now, having a buildable trainer has been on my wish list for a while to go with some of the other buildable Pokemon that we've seen from Mega. This one is unfortunately not to scale to any of those. It's going to be kind of its own specialty thing. But I was excited for it nonetheless. It looks like it's got a lot of posability, a lot of movement to him. Pikachu looks great too, so let's go ahead and build it. here we have the Ash and Pikachu Path to Victory set. And this unfortunately has had a bit of a sour experience for me building this. I originally intended for this set to come out a while ago. The first time I opened it, I got up to the building of Ash's head. When I got to the faceplates, and 2 out of the 3 of them were terribly scratched, like just horribly noticeable. There was no overlooking it, so I emailed Mega customer support, and unfortunately, since it is an exclusive set with exclusive parts, there wasn't much they could do for me other than have me pack up this set that I had already opened and started on and ship back to them for them to send me a new one. Once I got it, I did open it and check to make sure both Ash's and Pikachu's faces were in good condition, and then I had to wait to properly build the whole thing until after my trip. And so as I finished building it, literally the last piece you put on is this part of the trophy, and the printing is off. But I think that's a flaw a lot of them have, because looking online, a bunch of build videos also have it unaligned, and my buddy who's also got the same set doesn't have it proper aligned either. This line's supposed to be facing the circled part of the Pokeball, and it's off center. It's going off the side. So that kind of soured it after putting it together, because like at this point, I'm not going to email them about it to have to maybe pack this whole thing up again to get just another one sent to me that may have that very same problem or may have something wrong with the faces that time. So it's a quality control issue that is frustrating and kind of diminished my opinion on Mega sets, on all honesty. Like up to this point, I've enjoyed them. They've been great to put together. The Pokemon sets are great. The Godzilla set was fantastic, and they've done some good work. But for what's supposed to be a higher end collector's piece, this should not have as much quality control issues as it did. Now, the set itself was admittedly a fun build. I really enjoyed putting Ash together and seeing how all the pieces worked and seeing how much he could move and pose and hold things and all the detail in the hair and the hat and the shirt. It's very well designed. This scale Pikachu is also pretty good with the legs, the hands, the head. The tail, I'm not too crazy about. It doesn't quite fit as solid as I would hope. It feels, I don't want to say fragile, but parts don't really line up as well as I would hope they would. And then you get all these little accessories with the Pokédex and the Pokeball, the potion, and like I mentioned, the trophy. Cool accessories, great stuff for him to hold and interact with. The part that wasn't really fun to build was honestly this base. It was just kind of a lot of slanted sideways pieces just to give like the ground a textured ground feel to it, and then it just wasn't very fun. I didn't like it. I did notice a little bit more parts discoloration this time as well with this set, specifically in his jeans as I was putting together. I'll try to see if I can get it to show up on camera, but it's kind of more of a in-person by the naked eye that you can tell. And I have seen that in other Mega sets, but I don't know, for some reason it's just felt more noticeable this time around with this set. Now he's got a lot of posability. His legs can move everywhere from the thigh, the knee, to the ankle, to the toes. His arms can all move fairly well. Each of his fingers can move. He holds things pretty easily. They just attach in the little hole that's in his palm, so that's not very difficult to get him to hang on to things. I did have to add another stud to the bottom of the Pokédex so he could properly hold that, but otherwise he holds everything pretty well. Pikachu can also attach to the top of his head, hang onto his backpack, hang onto his arms, thanks to these little holes that are kind of strategically placed around him. They're not terribly noticeable. Pikachu's also got a lot of posability. His tail moves, his head moves, he can look down, he can look straight ahead as if he's running, and then he can also just kind of sit there as well. So they did a lot for these figures, and I think the design is really great. I'm glad this also comes with exchangeable faceplates. You can give them different faces, different expressions. I wish they could do that with like the Jumbo figures. That would be a fun little change, to give them multiple mouths, multiple eyes, just give them more life into those sets. So it's cool that these do, but they definitely need to figure out a different way to package these just to prevent them getting all scraped up like my original was. A separate baggie or a separate pack-in would be a great idea to make sure these are more protected, especially when they're an important, exclusive printed piece. So I'd love to recommend this set, but with these quality control issues, I don't know what version of it you're going to get. You might get one that's got great faces printed, or you might get one that's all scratched up. You might get an aligned ball, or you might not, which seems like you're more than likely not to get one that's lined up. So I wish they would have a better control of the printing process and the coloring process in some of these pieces, because honestly, I can't recommend it. As much as I liked it and do enjoy looking at it, it's got a lot of hefty problems. So if you do order it, look over it closely before you start putting together, just to make sure it meets your standards. Okay, that's it for the build video. Here's your hint at the next unboxing video. Until then, stay safe, happy hunting.